بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. الإمام البخاري collected in his Sahih on the authority of Abu Hurairah radiallahu ta'ala anhu. He says that the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, "Unsur akhaka zaliman aw madluma." Aid and help your brother whether he is an oppressor or is oppressed. And a man jumps and he says, "Ya Rasulullah, we understand to aid and help him when he's being oppressed. How can we help him when he is the oppressor?" He says, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, تمنعه من الظلم فإن ذلك نصره. To keep him from committing oppression, that is your aid and help to him. One of the foundations and of enjoining good and forbidding evil, which is foundational in our deen, الأمر بالمعروف والنهي عن المنكر. And this is one of the major traits Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala praised the ummah of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam for. كنتم خير أمة أخرجت للناس. You have been the best ummah ever to be brought forth to mankind. Why? The reason why Allah ta'ala gave it immediately. Because you enjoin good, you forbid evil. And it is وَتُؤْمِنُونَ بِاللَّهِ, based on the Iman. All of it is based on La ilaha illallah. Now the fuqaha went and delve deep into the concept of enjoining good and forbidding evil. And part of it, and they start giving all of these nuanced, subhanallah, foundations for enjoining good and forbidding evil. And this hadith speaks exactly to that aspect. It speaks to the aspect of enjoining good when it comes to our relationships with our brothers and sisters within the faith, our family members, our loved ones, our connection to those who are dear and near to our heart. And sometimes that can cloud the balance, meaning usually the closer you are to somebody and more affectionate you are involved with that person, it clouds literally the balance of when you should really stand firm when they are wrong. When they are being wronged, usually it's an automatic thing. And that's exactly what the companions, the Prophet ﷺ, asked the Prophet ﷺ, and he says, "Ya Rasulullah, we understand that if one of our close people to us, whether that is through faith, Iman, or through family connection or friendship, whatever the case, that we understand that if they're being wronged, we usually run to their aid to defend them. But how can we defend them and be of aid to them when they are the one committing transgression? They are the one who are wronging." And that's when the Prophet ﷺ gave the rule of thumb. And that's what brings the balance to enjoining good and forbidding evil, so that the emotions that are invested in that relation should not cloud the position of you having to also straighten out that person when that person is wrong. He says, ﷺ, you stop him from wronging. That is your aid and help to him. Stop him from wronging. Your affection, your closeness to that person, whether that is through family, lineage, faith, whatever it is, that should not really be a factor to prevent you from stopping that person. Why? Because subhanallah, that is the ultimate khair, goodness. You would certainly serve that person. The best gift you could serve that person is to stop him from continuing on that route of oppressing, of wronging. Why? Because the more you wrong others, the more it eats up from your hasanat And the Prophet ﷺ connected it to a fundamental rule, and that is you would not truly reach the level of perfection of your iman, excellence of your iman, until you love for your brother what you would love for yourself. And in that regard, he says, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he says, there's so many from this ummah who will come on the day of judgment with deeds in the size of mountains, but on the other hand, they will come with a list of people that they have wronged along the way in their lives, and then they all line up, and each and every one of them is going to be asking for compensation for being wronged, and that person is going to be brought forth, and the judge is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Iqra kitabak. Allah ta'ala will hand the person his own book of record, which is the case with each and every son of Adam. And Allah ta'ala will say to that, each and every one of us. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala not to put us in that position. Because as the Prophet ﷺ says, مَنْ نُوقِشَ الْحِسَابَ عُذِّبْ. Anybody who is brought forth for accountability is going to be in trouble. But we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us amongst those who will rectify our wrongs in the life of this world, which is literally the opportunity of helping it. But once we pass into the next realm, and that starts with death, and then that will take us to the next realm, then our relationship to this world and our ability to do right by the things we've done wrong is severed. We don't have any access to that opportunity. But when it comes, subhanAllah, to excuse me, when it comes to stopping somebody from wronging himself, it is your aid and your help to that person for him not to go in that route of literally consuming his hasanat. This is literally the consumption of hasanat. It's like you set literally a fire on your good deeds by wronging others. Because it's one of those areas and dimensions for accountability with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as far as our deeds go. You have the department of your deeds with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You have the department of your deeds that involve the people that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put in your life throughout your whole lifespan. Each and every individual you have come across in your lifespan. What is it? How did that come out, and how did that one result to when it comes to deeds, whether for or against you in that relationship with that person in your lifetime? And this goes across the board with every single human being Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put in your lifetime, and no exception. It could very well be somebody that you met for a very brief second. It is still recorded. ما لهذا الكتاب لا يغادر صغيرة ولا كبيرة إلا أحصاها. Why is it that my book of record has everything, small or big, meaning that nothing is missed? And it would be unwise for us to really look out for our own selves and not look out for one another when it comes to one being on the wrong path about the behavior with others and the behavior with themselves. This is the essence of enjoining good and forbidding evil, because the essence of it is because you want as much good for others as much as you want for yourself. And it is not just me, my family, and everybody else. No. Because subhanAllah, the Prophet ﷺ spoke about the believer. To a believer is like one body. If one limb is suffering, then the pain is going to be reflected all throughout the other limbs. All of them are going to show solidarity, and then they will show unity with that limb that is suffering. That's the same thing. Look at how beautiful the analogy is with the Prophet ﷺ, and that puts it right into that perspective about that the way to move forward in enjoining good and forbidding evil and wanting good for one another is you come to the aid of somebody who is wronged, just like you come to the aid of somebody who is wronging, the one who is oppressing, the one who is doing the wrong thing. Come to his aid by stopping that person from doing so. And that goes across the board for everything, small or big. And you cannot just keep a blind eye about this. Well, this is insignificant. Guess what? Nothing is insignificant. As a rule of thumb, we keep always saying, the Prophet ﷺ saying, لا تحقرن من المعروف شيء. Never underestimate any good deed. Even if it is a smile, that's a hasana for you right there. See, do not underestimate any good deed, just like you should never underestimate a bad deed either. اعمل بكل حسنة فإنك لا تدري ما الموجبة. Take advantage of every opportunity of doing good, because you have no idea which of those good deeds is going to earn you الجنة. واحذر من كل معصية. And also beware of every single sin. فإنك لا تدري ما الموجبة. Because you don't know which of those sins is going to earn you also the pitfall in hellfire. نعوذ بالله. See, so ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us amongst those who, when they hear the speech, to follow the best of it. صلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد والحمد لله رب العالمين. جزاكم الله خير.